Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Something's happened.
It's an emergency episode. Something has happened.
Oh, dear.
We have not been able to record a real episode
Yes.
because one of us is late.
One
so
of
we
us,
had to
like many of
record.
you guys, may be at the ear hospital after that introduction because we're terribly sorry. It was alarming.
Yes.
But I feel like people may have predicted that.
Yeah.
Because the title probably would have been emergency
Probably would have
episode.
said emergency episode.
Now, what this is, if you're new to the show, this is we're away. We're somewhere right now.
Well, could not be both of us. It's probably more likely one of us couldn't make it to record a normal episode on time because
One
we
of
do
us
them
could
twice
be
a week.
dead.
I know, that would be the most. So basically, if one of us or both of us can't record an episode, we've recorded these emergency episodes. This is the first one, and we're banking them up just in case if we can't make it to a record time, we'll have this episode to release instead.
Yep.
So it is a very real possibility that one of us could be dead, and this
That's
is
crazy to think
the
about.
final episode.
Wow, I hope we talk about Shrek a lot.
Which one do you think of us hasn't made it?
Well, you'd be more likely dead, and I'd
You
be
think-
more likely. My reason would be more likely like cast in a movie or something like that, doing something successful,
No,
world tour.
I feel like
I'm pretty busy.
I feel like you would be the type of guy to die from eating a new food, having a severe allergic reaction that was never caught in childhood because you never tried anything new. So I bet you've probably just eaten like a different kind of sushi you've never had before, and then you just fucking died.
No, just sushi.
You tried sushi for the first time and died.
Yeah, I tried sushi for the first time at your comedy special. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Backstage, you had like catering, so you
Yeah.
had like plates of sushi.
Yeah.
And I hated
You
it.
didn't like it.
I don't like
I
it.
even gave him the chicken one.
Yeah, there's seaweed around the outside.
So?
Yuck. It's not. It's like no. It's a weird plant. Salty plants. Not on.
Not
Not
on?
about it.
No, like, what else
Nah.
is a salty plant? Anyway, guys.
That's it. That's why I don't like it.
Okay, well,
But
why-
I'm most likely, like right now, I'm most likely just at a Cotton On sale or something like that.
Probably.
I'm like, guys, can't make it in, 30% off. You know how it is. And you guys
Yeah.
clearly have respected that decision.
Yeah,
Because now
absolutely.
we're here. And
I
you
mean,
guys
if
are hearing
there's a
this.
Cotton On sale, Luke's phone might as well be on airplane mode or in the
Yes.
sea. You can't contact him.
Yeah, it'll be dead because I'm probably going to be snapping up sweet deals online as well. So
You'll be shopping at Cotton
Yeah.
On while you're shopping at Cotton On.
how do you think I can get these chinos? 30% off. All right. We're on podcast money, not radio money anymore.
That's right.
I got to shop the sales.
But
And-
I think that I'd probably be the prime suspect in missing because I've got a tour. So right now when we're recording
Oh, because
this,
you're unreliable.
what? Yeah, both.
Yeah.
What's the date now? Keelan?
It
It is the 12th of August.
The 12th of August we're recording this.
Yep.
When do you reckon this has come out? I'm
Well,
going to say
probably somewhere during your tour is more likely.
Yeah.
Maybe like I hope we've
I'm
made it to
feeling
October.
a strong October. on
October
this.
to November.
Yeah.
But this could be being played to you like,
Next week.
December 2024.
Yeah.
I doubt it. We probably will have missed one by then.
Imagine, right? Imagine if down the line, one of us got into a freak accident, right? Lost an arm,
Yeah.
but miraculously didn't miss an episode, right? 6 months, just the Luke and Lewis, one of us had one arm.
And
but
then it cuts back.
I got sick, and then this is here. We both have both arms.
And we upload it on a Thursday, so it's like Throwback Thursday. Still,
Yeah.
when I had an arm.
Remember when we both had arms?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, let's waggle them about and make the most of
Whoa,
it. Just
we
in
could lose
case.
this.
Oh, man, this is sad to think about how shit our lives might have become
But-
when you guys are hearing this.
I know, but I think realistically,
We should do like people do time capsules like in primary school. We
That's a
should
good
do
idea.
a note to like future Luke and
that's
future
a good
Lewis.
idea. Okay, so to future Lewis,
Yeah.
I hope that all your dreams are coming true. I hope that the tour's going well. I really hope you're not dead because
Yes.
that means that I'm going to die, and that freaks me out because
Yeah.
I will become him.
Are you scared of death? Well, it's pretty heavy.
This has gotten really heavy really quick. This podcast.
Are you though?
I guess a healthy amount
Yeah.
of scared.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like I'm not gonna die. I'm not like that. But
Yeah.
but I feel like if a car was coming towards me, I'd be like, fuck,
You'd
better
be
get
like,
out of
"Well,
the way.
Indicate, turn out of the way.
Yeah.
Safely. Well, if a car was coming towards you, you wouldn't be driving.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, oh, that could be a note for future Lewis.
I hope
Hey,
you have your
future listeners,
license.
hope you have your license.
Hope you have your license.
I bet you won't.
I won't.
Even if this is released in 5 years.
This could be 2030. I'll be like, I won't need my license by then. Self-driving cars be all automated.
Yeah, but you will still have to have a license to own one. Because in the event
probably.
of an emergency, you
Yeah.
still have to operate a Tesla.
Yeah, because you
I
don't
believe.
want, like, if the Tesla auto-driving malfunctions, and
Yeah.
I go, oh, don't worry, guys, I'll handle this, and then I
Like-
just fucking T-bone a
And
family.
You just have to go back to your like bicycle knowledge from when you were 8, going like, I'm pretty sure I remember how this works.
Just go straight into the bike
You're
lane.
like, nah, dude, there's no handlebars.
So,
That's crazy.
I hope tour's going well. Hope you've got a couple hours on your license.
Yeah.
And I hope you still have both your arms. That's my message.
That's good.
You have a
Well,
message for future Luke.
future Luke, hey man, hope you're doing great.
Yeah.
Firstly, hope you're enjoying those sales, 30% off. Maybe it's 40% off. I don't know. Get
That'd
yourself
be
a
big.
bargain, you know. Maybe get yourself a couple of plain tees. You need a few new white ones. Make sure you got them. And maybe, hey, look, hope you've tried something new. I doubt it, but I hope you've maybe given something new a go. You might have,
He probably has. He probably tried sushi.
yeah.
That's why
And
this episode's coming out.
yes, and if so, hope the hospital stay is going well. And also, mental note, never do it again. So, yeah, and also I hope you're achieving your goals, and I hope you're happy, man. That's it.
That's great. What
Yeah.
a wholesome start to this emergency episode.
Yeah. Are you scared of death?
Yeah.
Cotton on sales, and I hope you're happy.
Yeah.
What a range of emotions. This is a bloody roller coaster.
That was good.
already.
And guys, if you're listening, you can leave your theories as to why this episode has not come out.
Yeah, 'cause you guys
and we'll
won't know
reveal them in the next episode.
You guys-
you don't even know.
You guys are
Nobody
listening
knows.
to this going like, I hope they're okay. Hey, so do we. We have no idea. This is the weirdest thing to talk to future you guys and future us.
I mean, this is for future you guys. Should we give a message for future listeners? Listeners,
I'm assuming the show has 1 million listeners per episode now.
I was going to
so
say, I hope you're at least 1 million times more of you than
Yep.
there were.
I hope by the time this is out, we've paid for all this. Wouldn't it be great
That'd
if we
be
were in a
good.
different studio?
Oh, that would be good.
That's the dream.
Guys, remember when we were in this studio? How shit is
I
this?
bet we'll still be.
Definitely will
It'll
be.
probably be in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
Man, this is crazy.
Keelan, do you have a message for future you?
I don't know.
Mate, I hope,
Hope your
you're
diet's
still
going
working
well.
on the show. He mightn't
Yeah.
even have a job by the time this comes
Yeah,
out.
I hope you still have a job.
I'm sure you will. Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll see. As long as you don't
You
make
have
any
no,
more mistakes.
no message?
I've got. I don't know. I'm looking.
Oh,
at,
well,
looking at Shrek
currently,
facts,
when
so
we're
I'm
recording
just paying
this
attention.
in August, wait, you were doing what?
He's looking at Shrek facts.
Looking at Shrek facts. I did tell him to do that before the show. It's good to see you working hard.
That is good.
I did want to talk about Shrek in this episode, but what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I wonder how your keto diet's gone. Like, because
Gone,
you're
yeah.
currently about 3
You
weeks
might be
in.
finished.
You might be finished.
How long does
you
your
might be
diet go
back-
for?
I've got another 6 weeks.
It could very well be done.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
mate, congratulations on the keto diet.
Congratulations,
Future Keelan.
if it
Well
is.
done, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Listen to this.
Oh wait, it's not me.
No, it's not you, man. Don't fucking. It's not for you, all right? Stop being selfish. This is for you 6 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Bloody,
Celebrate it then,
bloody present Keelan doesn't know what's going on.
man. I hope future killing improves. You know,
This is a weird conversation
Yes.
to have for
All right.
6 minutes
Yeah.
talking about what might be happening in the future.
all right. So
we do have a few things planned for this
Yeah.
episode.
We did ask you guys to help us out with these emergency episodes. Obviously, it's hard for us to talk about current news because we don't know what's happening in the world
No
right
idea.
now. It is hard for us to talk about ongoing things in the show that might be happening.
Because
At
it
the
could be
time.
over.
Could be over. We
It
don't know.
could have failed.
We don't know what's happening. Like,
Yep.
by the time you guys are listening to this, we could have already been to Shrekfest and been featured acts.
I know.
Hopefully that happens.
We could have won a few competitions as well.
Exactly. Who knows what's going to happen?
Mm.
So we did ask you guys for your input, and we got a few emails
Yeah.
of suggestions, topics we should talk about.
As we asked you guys, what should we talk about? We also asked for if you want to predict news. And if
Yeah.
you're listening to this and you want to send in suggestions for the next emergency episode, which will come out in 2030,
Yeah.
feel free.
Yeah. I wonder if like these people who have sent in these things still listen. Like
They could have gotten sick of the show.
they could be dead.
They could have one arm.
Lachlan, R.I.P. Yeah, I hope you're still alive, man, and listening to this.
And shout out to future Lachlan if you're
Yeah.
listening to this. Because we're talking to present Lachlan.
Present
I hope,
Lachlan said, "Hey guys, just finished listening to episode 8, and I got an idea for emergency episodes.
Cool.
Going off the amount of people who didn't and can't find the old radio episodes, this bothers me.
People with no
already.
brains.
Yeah, just scroll down. Whatever feed you're currently consuming this.
Do you know
on,
what down
Scroll
is?
down on it.
Scroll.
And you'll find them. They're on all the same channels. Anyway, you should just get Keelan, spelled it Key. That's the worst spelling I've actually ever seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I gotta
Actually,
say,
no, we got a Kylan during the week.
a Kylan.
Someone spelled it Kylan.
I have to say that don't tell them how to spell it
Don't
either.
tell them,
because
no.
I honestly, I've been looking at all the comments. I haven't seen it spelled correctly once yet. Have you?
No.
Have you seen it?
I've only seen it once.
Once.
Yeah.
I've
Out of-
seen it
And how
spelled-
many times do you reckon you've seen the attempts?
10 to 20 times.
Probably at least 20
I
times.
do know two Keelans, though. I've met another Keelan before. You're not the first Keelan.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, you're killing the killing game.
Huh?
You're killing the killing
I
game.
am. Well, it's when this has come out, you've got considerably better at comedy.
Me too. I really do.
Anyway, so Lachlan said, by the way, Lachlan doesn't know how to spell his name either. Spelled Lochlan.
I would
Like
blame
the
Lachlan's
Loch Ness
parents.
monster. He said, you should just get Keelan
Yeah.
to take the old radio episodes, edit out any mentions of Triple M or the Fox, and just re-release them as your guys' podcast.
That's a pretty good
that
idea.
would be sneaky and probably might be better than this.
You know what? That would almost be, obviously because it's incredibly impossible to find those episodes.
Yeah.
No one would know.
No. A few people would have heard them. A lot of people still listen to the radio show.
Yeah,
More
true.
do listen to this podcast now,
Yeah.
probably. So yeah, half of you probably wouldn't have heard that before.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Why are we even recording this? We
Let's
should have
stop.
just done that idea.
Yeah. We'll consider that for the next one.
Yeah.
This one comes in from Amber. For your emergency podcast, I think it would be great to talk about what will happen in 2050. And she's written in brackets.
That's very future.
9 million, approximately 9.075 billion people will inhabit the Earth by then. I know this sounds silly, but could be turned into predicting perhaps comedy in the future and what the
Okay.
world would be like. Let me know what you guys think. Well,
2050.
2050, there will be no comedy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
that is
It'll
a
be
genre.
outlawed.
Yeah, it'll be outlawed. It'll be like, or you
To
might
protect
be.
feelings and
You might be able to
emotions.
make knock jokes. Why did the chick know?
That's pretty offensive to people who have doors.
That's true.
Not
And
everybody
why
has
the
a
chicken
door.
crossed the road? It's like, hang on.
What about-
that's
yeah.
offensive to chickens? It's
Yeah.
like they mightn't want to cross the road if they don't want to.
Also, roads were kind of imposed on chickens. They have no need for road. Road is really just a danger for the chicken to get run over.
Yeah.
So that's a bit offensive.
And
to them.
roads just generally are like a construct that we've built as a society, which probably will be offensive by 2050.
I mean,
the idea,
roads-
just the concept of
Yeah.
traveling round might offend someone.
Well, going from one place to another is colonizing that area.
It is.
Bringing your culture to another place. That's
Yes.
Disgusting.
Yeah, like I drove here today. But obviously, we're recording this in 2019, so
Yeah.
I almost it wasn't offensive today.
Well, I
but
gotta
I
say,
did
man,
drive here.
Before you started coming here regularly, none of this stuff existed.
I
You've
did.
colonized the corner of my warehouse.
I really did,
You
didn't
did,
I?
yeah.
I came in, made my stamp.
Like
Looks a lot
Captain Cook.
nicer, by the way. You're welcome.
Oh, it does look good,
Looks
but
great.
you didn't have to kill all the natives.
No, like all the shit that you had on the floor.
Yeah.
And your old casting couch that you had on the podcast.
I know. Now, they're gone.
Yeah, or these traditional sacred lands of the casting
The
couch
warehouse.
and the Spearhead Sundays set. But yeah, that's it.
Comedy in 2050. I feel like the only comedy that will exist.
No, but what do you on like? That's maybe us half exaggerating. What I actually think comedy will be like in 2050 is definitely not far off. We were just talking about. I think, but there still will be like a really underground,
Yeah.
like offensive comedy. I feel like there will always be a
I
market
don't think that
for
if
that.
the offensive stuff will ever go away, because I feel like the offensive stuff is like, I think the appeal of comedy that appeals to feelings and stuff is like trying to make the world a better place and being considerate of people and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like the offensive comedy is just comedy about how the world currently is right now,
Yeah.
which includes the bad things like racism or
Yeah.
whatever. So I feel like people just talking about how the world is right now
Yeah.
will always be around.
Like, it's pretty crazy that shit has happened. Like, you would have heard about that would have happened probably a while ago now when we were releasing this.
Could have been years ago.
It could have been years ago, but recently in 2019,
Yeah.
August, the girl got in trouble for making the XX Tento.
Jeez, this is going to be so outdated.
I mean, it's already outdated now.
Yeah, it's
so
outdated now.
Doesn't matter.
This could be 2 months ago.
That's
Yeah, I
alright.
heard all about that. It was really.
But I thought I watched the
interesting.
joke, just thought it was a good joke.
It was a great joke. Yeah.
What scares me is I've made a lot worse jokes. You have made heaps worse jokes.
I saw that.
But
and I was
even
like, could have gone harder.
I would have gone.
Yeah.
I would have said that and not even thought of.
No, it didn't even. When I heard it, it didn't even seem offensive. And also, everybody I think that's the problem with that affects comedy is when people outside the room.
By the way, if
hear
you
it.
haven't heard the joke,
Her name's Dina Hashem. She made a joke about Triple X Tentacion, who was shot and killed, but with a bunch of money and robbed.
and she said it was like a something commercial.
She said he had $50,000 of cash on him, and it's obviously tragic that he was killed. But to me, I felt like it was a really good Venmo commercial.
Yeah.
Which is an app where you can send money to each other. See?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a good joke.
It's just a good joke.
And I would
like,
say
don't carry that much cash
it's
around.
less of a joke about, yes, she used him as the example, but you could do that joke. You could do the same joke about anyone who's died with money on them.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't about him. It was about Venmo. It's about the app, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fucked up joke about an app.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think that was the one that scared me. Because, like, there's all the shit about the tweets.
Because that one wasn't even. I kind of understand people getting offended about religion or race or because they're like cultures
I even
that
understand
they're from.
why people were offended by that, and you can totally be offended by that. But what happened afterwards? It's like, yes, people going, I didn't like this joke. That's fine. You can say that about any joke.
She got doxxed.
Ever.
She got death threats.
Yeah,
Comedy Central had to pay for security to go to her gigs because obviously they're all public knowledge. You don't want scary people rocking up. It was like real mob mentality shit.
That's what scares me is like what Twitter and
what
the
Twitter's
internet.
done. It's like weaponized outrage.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Really made people very angry. But hopefully in 2050, all jokes will be illegal and we won't have to deal with that.
Yeah,
at all.
we'll just be like doing shows in the prison. Like we might be broadcasting by this time it comes out of a prison cell.
That would
just
be good.
for talking. Maybe even talking about this might us get even more trouble.
Yeah, true. By the time this comes out, this whole conversation could be illegal.
Yes. But it's a good point, Amber. Other than comedy, what else do you think is going to happen in 2050?
Oh, a serious
flying
answer.
cars?
Serious answer for comedy
Oh,
2050. I think that virtual reality will be a huge thing. Of like, you put the headset on and you're watching Jerry Seinfeld live, and
But do you reckon he's live streaming?
Yeah.
So you think he will be in a theater with real people?
Yep, and there'll be cameras.
But you can also pay money to go see his. For
sure.
example, like live in Madison Square Garden.
I would pay for that.
You from Melbourne can watch it live.
I think that'll be like every concert because that makes so much sense, right? As an artist, if I've got I reckon 20 people, if I did that tomorrow, 20 people from fucking Sweden would pay for it.
It would suck.
Because I'm never going to go to Sweden.
I know, but it would suck. Like, I think it does suck some of what I think makes our shows so great, makes any live event so great, is like the fact that you're in the room.
Yes.
And it's like, sometimes, like it doesn't happen all the time, but I reckon it's only ever happened twice. Now I've counted, I always count my gigs. I've done 72 Luke Kidgel shows, like where people come to see my shows
people
on my tour.
People bought tickets to
right?
see you.
So 72 of those in my career. I think 2 of those shows, I've come out of it going, I wasn't that happy. Only 2 out of 72. Yeah. What about if one of those, it just would suck if one of those was live streamed.
That's a normal
thing. It
thing.
happens, and it's a normal thing at a live show. And I've been to gigs where perhaps I felt like the comedian mightn't have been that happy with it or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like, and I'm not bothered. I get it as a comedian, but as an audience member, I know that just would suck to be the artist going like, I can't believe that's the one we live streamed to the world.
Yeah, true.
And I feel like it makes it less special being there.
I think it does.
I think that's a bit disappointing.
I think there's a lot of the magic in live shows is buying the tickets, waiting for it, planning how you're going to get there, organizing your friends, and all the suspense
also the
that
night
builds
out,
up to that.
Like the night out, it's like catching the train
drinks before.
Yeah,
and then going home together
talking
and
about
talking about the jokes. Whereas if all you do is you put on a headset,
it's like watching
you watch
a Netflix special,
take
live.
it off, and then have some water, put it back on, and then you just jack it to VR porn.
Yeah,
that'd be your night.
Yeah. Or just jacket to our shows.
I'm totally up for that. You can't masturbate in the theater. You could if it was VR.
I hope if that VR thing, you're right, that probably will become a thing. I hope it would become a thing where it's almost like a special. At the end of the tour, I do one VR show.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
it
multiple.
for every show.
You do one per tour and be like, I'm going to Melbourne, and then the last one is the global show where everyone can come.
That'd be
you
cool.
do that.
That would be cool. And flying cars, 2050. Because Back to the Future got it wrong. It's already
Yeah.
well past 2015.
That's true.
They only really got... The only thing Back to the Future nailed was the talking to the TV. That was pretty ahead of its
True.
time. And like when Marty
Yeah.
McFly comes in and goes, play, whatever. Now you can do that with the
Yeah,
Google
that is
Home.
crazy. Because I feel like I remember seeing that and I was like, that's crazy.
Like the
But it's not.
expanding pizzas, that hasn't happened.
No.
Hoverboards, I think they've made a couple.
But nothing
Only with
usable.
magnets though, no.
Yeah. I think that... Well,
2050, I reckon... You know
Elon
what?
Musk reckons flying cars will never be a thing because they'd be too loud.
I heard him talk about that.
Unless we
yeah.
invented something completely new
'Cause-
that we don't even know exists
Because didn't he
yet.
say it will be like everyone had a personal helicopter? He's like, imagine
Yeah.
your neighbor goes to work in the morning and then a helicopter takes off in their driveway.
Yeah.
How loud that would be.
And also, I feel like there would be so many more crashes because you think about how hard the airport has to try to make sure that the planes don't hit each other. There would be no
It'd have to be an
air
automated
traffic.
system.
Yeah, it'd have to be automated.
Yeah.
And then if there
I
was
think-
a malfunction, all of a sudden you have 360 degrees of motion and you're not a pilot.
I think we'll do 100 years of just still on roads, but just like trams, like where
Yeah.
you set your destination,
Yeah.
and then you sit there like it's public transport, and
Yeah.
it just takes you there. I think we'll do 100 years of that because we've been doing roads for 100 years. Yeah,
I thought about this yesterday. That,
really?
yeah, I actually
Yeah,
did.
I think about this shit a lot.
We haven't really, other than technology, we haven't actually advanced since the 1950s.
I was talking to my dad about this. You know, this is a good point.
True. Like infrastructure hasn't gotten much
I actually
better.
said to my dad yesterday, I was like, I just wanted to know.
So for listeners, Luke said this to his dad 20 years ago.
Yeah. I was like, why? I'm like, firstly, why do we still have the same power? You know, these power sockets that we have, the wall plugs.
Yeah.
What are they called? The AC, like
Whatever they are.
triangle. Every country has different ones.
Yeah.
That's the first installation of electricity in households all around the world, and
True, it could be better.
we're still using it. And yes, it's safe and stuff, but when are we gonna start phasing that out and like
Yeah, true.
a new plug? Because Apple do it all the time. They change their cords every generation of iPhone.
That's
When is
true.
like the world gonna start using Thunderbolt cables for TVs and stuff,
Yeah.
or like the equivalent of?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I was thinking like we haven't actually progressed that. We have. You say we haven't progressed that much, dude.
Yeah, but our way of life is still pretty much the same.
No, I think in infrastructure.
no, it's
so we,
not.
Yes,
Do you reckon our parents spend all their time on Instagram listening to shit like
Well,
this?
like in a very broad sense, you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you go to bed, you wake up, you go like it's the same lifestyle as
Yeah,
it
okay.
was 100 years
But
ago.
I suppose so.
But we
the
only have
commutes-
technology
The
now.
commute's different.
Mm.
The way we interact with everyone's different.
Yeah, I guess. But I where that thought came from was I was listening to a podcast about aliens, and they
Yeah.
kept saying about like in 100 years or so the world's going to be completely different, but the world isn't completely different to what it was
100 years ago.
before us.
Yeah, it's like less people are dying from preventable shit.
Just now
and
Twitter's
we
a
have
thing.
Netflix.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Everyone's more connected is pretty much
But
the
think about it.
difference.
If
Yeah.
you time traveled from 100 years ago to now, it would blow your mind. And I'm sure it
Yeah.
would blow your mind if we time traveled 100 years. Like, I've talked to my granddad before he passed away. He was not 90, I think. And then, he...
That would be
I was
crazy,
like,
yeah.
because he, was born, like 1920s or something. He lived through, like,
the
one
20s.
of the wars.
Crazy.
So it's like, it's just, I was talking about it and he was like, yeah, like, maybe the 30s actually. It was 90 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, he was saying like,
For the listeners, that was 110 years ago.
he was like, I remember the day when I first saw color on TV, and he goes, it just blew my mind.
It would too.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't think you could see that they could project that kind of color like on a thing.
I feel like
That's
now
crazy
yeah.
shit. But again, we haven't really improved that much. Yeah, we've got HD.
Well, I think
We've got
I think
4K, that's all
I
we've
think the
got.
difference is when back then when there was a technological upgrade, it was like a huge one all at once for everyone. Whereas now our tech's so good that upgrades are so consistently happening all the time that they're
Yeah.
smaller upgrades.
You don't even notice it happening.
And yeah, like so for example, like video games. When I was a kid, way better now, way better graphics, but you didn't really notice them getting better
But the
as
old
it happened.
old ones have really stood the test of time though. Like
True.
Nintendo
I mean visually.
64, Game Boy, they're still considered cool because like they're fun. They're still fun.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've gotten any more fun.
No,
I
that's
don't
right.
enjoy modern
but they
video
look
games.
better.
Obviously, a lot of people disagree with me because I'm not a gaming guy, but like, they're all right. They're
Gee, I
good.
hope
The
World of
graphics.
Warcraft's still around in 20 years when this episode
Like
comes
we're
out.
assuming still. It's probably going to come out in 3 weeks.
No,
we're
it's-
assuming that
no.
people are listening to this in
No, what are you talking
2050.
about? It's coming out 2050, okay? 2060 maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. I don't really know like how we're going to conclude this other than who knows.
I have one more thing to add. Just the difference of what technology and how you would have gone to high school compared to how I would have gone to high school, just with computers and technology in the class. Because you finished high school when I started high school, like 2013.
Fuck, yeah. So I got laptops in my last year, and none of the teachers knew how to use them.
Oh, yeah,
so
I got
everybody
laptops.
just watched porn on them.
I got
that's it.
laptops in year 9.
Yeah.
Because you're a couple
So
of
you
years
would
older
have
than
had
me.
a little bit of use. We had no
Well,
use.
see, by the end, like we worked out how to play. Like there was a Halo emulator going around the school, Game Boy stuff. So like by year 10 and stuff, but they still hadn't started policing it yet.
Yeah.
Then about year 12, after 3 years of at laptops, then they started cracking down. But yeah, I would say I did live in a golden era of
of unpoliced laptop
unpoliced
usage.
technology use because it was so new. We grew up in primary school.
Yeah,
lot.
they would have been all over that with you, huh?
Yeah, our high school had compulsory, for the year after us, had compulsory laptops for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's.
But
that's
did they
I
used
guess
to
the
like
kind of
watch
difference.
what you were doing?
Yeah, well,
They did used to have that by the end. The teachers could see what was up on your laptop.
Yeah,
But they never used to look at it.
Nah.
yeah. My class didn't, but other classes in our year 7 grade
Yeah.
did have laptops, and it was quite highly policed. I
You
think,
know
as you're
what's
saying?
crazy? My dad's a primary school teacher and he
Yeah.
bought home again, literally like 2 days ago. This is crazy. This is all.
Yeah.
He bought home, he goes, "What do you think this is?" And it was a wooden stick with a tiff at the end. It looked a lot like an ancient dildo. And I had to be like, I was like, I can't say that to my dad. I was like, don't know. I'm like, what is it? And he goes, it's a cane. Students is a pointing cane. He goes, he goes, teachers used to have them. He goes, I found it. He goes, someone dug it up today.
Oh,
Like
just
it,
at the
it
school
had just
still?
been lost in the storage room at the school.
Wow.
He goes, we used to have these when we were at school. He goes, teachers thing, and he goes, and also if you mucked up,
They'd
they'd
fuck
hit
you with it.
They'd hit you on the
hit
knuckles.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, imagine now if a teacher smacked a kid with a wooden cane. Like I picked this shit up. It's got some weight behind it.
The school would be sued.
The school would be sued. It'd be on the news.
Yeah.
It'd be like assault case. The teacher would get charged.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like, shut up. And the teacher was like, oh, and the kid would be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I remember my dad told
That's
me.
so dope. I reckon that was cool.
No, it was child abuse.
No, that's cool.
That's child abuse.
No way.
My
think it's
dad
cool.
went to
Have
one
you
of
met
those schools.
kids these days? They suck. Oh, do you have any games on your phone? Smack the shit out of that kid. Any kid who asks me, next time a kid asks me if I have games on my phone, I'm going to probably kick it.
My dad, he went to one of those.
This is not good that that's on record. No,
That's
fuck
right.
it.
It's not coming out for 20 years.
I'm going to double down. I want a utopia where you could just punt a stranger's kid if they had it coming.
Yeah, if they had a come,
they have
that's
it
fine.
coming.
That's totally fair.
You know,
You
not if they don't deserve it.
screaming in the supermarket, I want chocolate! Bang!
Kids
Boom.
should only speak when spoken to.
You tell them, Keelan.
That's good.
Look at us, parenting advice from 3 dudes who have no experience with kids.
My dad went to one of those schools, but it was also religious. And he told me that one time my dad
They
had
get
real
smacked with a
fuzzy
Bible?
hair. So my dad was like yelling at a mate outside the window, and the teacher came up behind him, grabbed the back of his hair, and his head's out the window, and he went like this, and like all sides of the window. Shut up! No yelling in the classroom.
Wait, like banged his hair.
Head on all sides of the window, like a cartoon. And Dad had a blood nose, and
Oh
that
my
was just
God.
discipline at school because he was talking
But-
too much.
But,
And I bet the teacher went, "Kids should only speak when spoken to."
yeah. And
That was Mr. Keelan, I
and
think.
that teacher gets it. No, but
My
I
dad's
bet-
pretty well behaved
No,
at
but I
home.
bet I know that's fucked up, but I bet the kid he never did it again.
No, I don't think he did.
Right,
No.
like yeah, dude, I hear a lot of stories from, I know a lot of teachers because my dad is one, and it's
Yeah.
like, man, I'm glad I'm not a teacher. They don't get paid enough.
You know what's good to
It's
do?
glorified babysitting.
Although, on the other side of things, geez, it's fun fucking with teachers. I know your dad's a
So
teacher.
fun. Oh no.
This is a good one, all right? I worked this out. This is
Like we used to like fuck with him.
Good.
He used to punish me
good.
in front of all my friends.
Yeah.
And he used to make them do shit. But then on
Yeah.
the weekend, they'd come over to my house and he'd be like, hey, boys,
He had to turn it off.
He had to turn it off. It was
Mr.
so
Kidgel.
weird. So weird.
That is weird.
Now there's going to be a bunch of comments below. I had your dad as a teacher. I get that all the time below my videos.
You would too.
Yeah, I have to ignore it because...
that's better than Frenchie who goes, you were my teacher.
Yeah, you were my teacher, yeah. Yeah.
Here's a good one. This is my crowning achievement. I worked out, you know when you do school photos, how they take photos of you for like the book and for like your photo in the electronic roll when they take you?
Yeah.
So this is a great one. So at my school, I don't know if your schools did this. So when we line up they do the whole school at once and everyone gets like a barcode with their name on it. Did that happen with you?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so you take your photo and then you give your barcode to the guy and then nobody loses. That means that your photo is associated with your barcode.
But if you switch in
Here's
the
a great
line...
one. This is what I did. You should totally do this. Amazing. It takes them ages to fix it. I swapped my...
Such an asshole. I love it.
Because I saw it and I was like, I feel like they need this barcode to assign my photo to me in the role. So I swapped my barcode with my Indian friend Kartik.
And he's always at school.
Who's like 5'4". He's Indian. He was chubby. Didn't look anything like me. And also his name's Kartik and mine's name's Lewis. So I went in with Kartik's barcode. He went in with mine. I'm like, bro, switch me. He goes, why? What do you want to switch me for? He was real dumb. I was like, I just swap me. Trust me. And then we took the photo, gave it to him. The guy was like, all right, hey Kartik, how you going? Look at the camera. I'm like, yep. Gave him a smile. And I also wore Kartik's glasses for a meme that were too small for my face. And then we just waited 3 weeks. It was a long waiting period, but then finally the new roles came in. And I remember my history teacher opened up the rolls and it was on the projector and it was like, James, Mary, Sam. And then it comes up to Lewis and it's fucking a picture of Kartik's face with my name attached to it in the electronic roll, and the history teacher and the whole class would just start pissing themselves, fucking dying, because it's also me wearing glasses that I bet I could find the photo. Me wearing glasses too small for my face, and my name's Kartik. Oh no, it was the other way around. It was Lewis Spears, but it was an Indian guy.
Can you write that down, Killen, as a reminder of when this comes out? We should try and find that.
I'll try. No promises, but I'm pretty sure I could find it. And that happened for 3 months. Every time my name got called, it was an Indian kid.
Yeah,
and
they'd
same
have to
for his
go
class.
in and change the barcode manually. That's so annoying.
And the school couldn't do it. I found out ages later.
The photo company?
Because the teachers hated it.
It's the
they
enrollment.
cracked it at
It's
me.
the enrollment system.
Yeah, they cracked it at me, but also they knew how hilarious it was, so they couldn't discipline me for it because it was just too funny.
Yeah, that would have gone off in the staff room. Like, you'll never guess what Lewis did.
Yeah.
You know that kid Kartik, yeah?
There was a few of them. There was a few of those moments,
That's great.
I'm sure.
That's good.
And so, they had to go to the electric roll system that was outsourced and get them to change it. It took like 3 months.
What a year and arsehole.
So next time you get photo day, guys, swap with a mate that looks nothing like you. It's awesome.
I like to imagine that, I don't know if you're still friends with the Kartik, but like, he knows what does he know what you've gone on to do? Yeah, he must be like, when you said, trust me, man, he must look at you now going, I should have never trusted that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's not trustworthy.
The signs were there all along.
This next one came in, next suggestion came in from Dom on the lukeandlewis5@gmail.com.
Shout out to you, Dom. Hope you've got all your arms still.
Yes, you can email the show anytime. Hello from, I'm going to pronounce this wrong because I don't know how to say words.
Okay.
I already know.
You want to go?
I already know I'm saying it wrong. Hello from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
That's pretty
Is it
good.
Halifax?
Halifax.
Is it actually
Nova Scotia.
facts? I assumed it was a
You
silent X.
actually got it right. It's pretty good. Halifax, Nova
It's not
Scotia.
a silent X?
Halifax.
Halifax?
No.
No, Halifax.
Halifax.
Sweet. Okay. My idea is a short 30-minute Q&A interview with someone not important. Amazing work, guys. Dom. We could interview Keelan for half an hour.
That was the joke I was about to make.
So, Keelan, who are your biggest influences?
I don't know.
You don't have any influences?
Shrek. I
Shrek?
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of Shrek.
This came up before the show. He just goes, what did you say? You were like, I
moved into a new house and I want to frame all the Shrek posters and hang them up in my lounge room.
How many posters do you have?
I have none, but I want to buy them.
So first you're going to acquire Shrek posters,
Yeah.
So
then
what,
get
four?
frames.
Four of them.
Oh,
yeah.
you're recognizing the fourth Shrek film as a Shrek film.
Part of the series. Yeah.
You should hang that one, but you hang it facing the wall, so it's just the back. Like
Yeah.
it's there, but we don't really.
You just see
acknowledge it.
Rumpelstiltskin's ass on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually thinking last night that like 3 of my favorite movies are all Mike Meyer movies.
He is.
Do you like
good.
Wayne's World?
Yeah, but it's
Austin Powers.
It's Austin Powers,
Some of my
Shrek,
all-time.
and Cat in the Hat.
You know,
They're
I've
my
never
favourite
seen a
movies.
full-
That was good.
This is going to be pretty controversial. Never seen a full Austin Powers movie.
Really,
the whole
bro?
way
You would
through.
love it.
I
It's
watched
so
some
funny.
at like 1 a.m. when I was on the Gold Coast doing shows. Like Meg and I
Yeah.
were like after the show, we got back. We were a bit tipsy because we'd been
Was
out.
it the one with
It was-
Fat Bastard in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was on TV
Yeah.
and it was pretty funny.
See, he eats too much KFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was good.
No, I
I don't know if
recently
it's
rewatched
aged
them.
very well. I think it's like a definitely thing where you had to see it when you were young. So then I feel like it's like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I don't watch The
maybe.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
I never watched it. So I don't look back on it now and go, wow, so funny. I just go, yeah, I get it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess so. It was a very much in the moment. My mom
I have no
loved
nostalgia with it. So it's like, yeah, it's good.
The jokes are funny though.
Oh
for sure.
yeah, I totally understand the appeal.
Mm.
I just think also came in. If you come in halfway through an Austin Powers
Yeah.
movie with just all these weird characters and stuff,
that.
you're
Yeah,
just
you
like,
can't
what?
come in halfway.
Yeah, I
'Cause
was
also
just-
that's Fat Bastard's in the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you'd have to watch the
I came
first
in.
one.
He was like wooing some blonde lady, but she was another agent.
yeah,
it was
yeah,
that
the
one.
second one.
Yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah.
I was a little bit drunk.
Beyonce's in it as well.
Is she?
Yeah,
she would have
she's in
been
the
young.
third
She
one.
did a lot of movies for a minute there for some reason. Why was Beyonce doing movies?
I don't know.
I guess because it paid well. She was
Yeah.
never very good.
No.
She was hot.
Good on her.
So I think
She's
I
a
might
lot better
also
at
get
music.
the Austin Powers posters and hang them up as well.
You should just plaster your whole room with like good comedy from the 2000s.
You honestly like look up to Shrek
Well, no,
a little bit.
I don't think so.
Like you talk about Shrek a lot.
yeah,
I've
you at
noticed
least
this
think
recently.
about Shrek a
You
lot.
think about Shrek heaps.
I guess in the last 6 months I've watched it about 5 or 6 times.
That's a lot.
Heaps, man.
Not
That's once a
purposely
month.
going into it. Just that's how it's happened.
How do you accidentally watch Shrek? Oops!
Oops! An hour and a half later, you're like, oh man, that was.
Someone will suggest it. I watched it with my brother the other week.
Yeah.
I watched it last night.
So you just never say no to Shrek.
No, you can never say no to Shrek.
I agree with that. No, if I've seen it recently, I'll be like, oh, can we watch Shrek 2?
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah. I
that's
watched-
still a Shrek movie.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I-
Shrek once a month, man, that's
Shrek
a
good.
lot of Shrek.
It's good.
Yeah. Are you just gonna make your bedroom into like a
Shrek Palace.
like a swamp?
Well, that's a really stupid in joke between my friends. We've called the lounge room at my new house the swamp.
You like Shrek so much.
That's good. Well, hopefully by the time this
Gonna have
comes out,
waffles.
you'll have all the posters.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? We could put that image in this.
Keelan's just gonna be living in a swamp permanently by now.
He'll have like trench foot.
Maybe I can get a quilt cover with Shrek on the face.
That would be
Someone hit
sick.
us up, didn't they, on the topic of Shrek about the Shrek rankings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So at least 4 people messaged in.
So we asked you guys on Instagram stories just before we recorded this on, again, ideas what we could talk about. A lot of people wanted to know. A lot of people wanted us to rank our Shrek films
Yeah.
on a scale of, I guess, the Shrekest to the least Shrekest.
Well, I would say they'd all
Shrek
be
nine.
100% Shrek.
Shrek 4 is pretty bad, man.
Yeah, maybe
What
that's
about
like
Shrek the
70.
Halls?
Shrek the Hall's the Christmas special. I would. Okay, well, this is.
I've
how
never
I'm gonna-
seen that. Has anyone seen that?
Yeah, it's great.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really
Better
good.
than Shrek 4.
I feel like I don't need to see that
I
because
used
the
to watch
title's
it
so good. I'm
Every
like, that's all I need.
Christmas. It used to be on Channel
Shrek
9.
the Halls.
Christmas Eve for about 5 years there. It was on Channel 9.
I love that. Was that ever released in cinemas?
No, it only goes for half an hour. It's like a TV half an hour special.
That
It's
was
not a
just
movie.
to sell to all of the Channel 10s
Yes.
around the world.
Yes, and it's great.
Yeah.
So I would say can't go past Shrek 1 as my favorite Shrek film.
Yeah. For
Then
Yeah, Shrek 1's definitely the best.
pretty controversial. Oh no, Shrek 2 is great. No, then Shrek 2, then Shrek 3, then Shrek the Halls, then Shrek 4.
Yeah. Well,
Shrek 3 is really good. I think Shrek 2 and Shrek 3 are
I
the
think
same.
2 and 3 are kind of competing.
Most people, I feel like we'll be outnumbered here. Most people in the comments will be like, Shrek 3 sucked. People hate that movie.
What was
Shrek 3? So
What
Shrek
happened?
2 was the one where they went to Human Shrek, Far, Far Away, Fairy Godmother.
Yeah.
Shrek 2 is great.
Yeah, it's
Prince
good.
Charming.
Shrek 2 is arguably better than number 1.
Yeah.
You reckon? Okay.
I
It's
think
just
you can
that you
argue
can't
that.
go past how quotable Shrek 1 is.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah.
it was me, you'd be dead, you know? Like, that's good shit. You know? Shrek 2, great. Shrek 3 was the one where they get married, and then the dad turns into a frog at the end.
Oh, I kind of like that.
And then like
all the
princesses
that table
escape
scene.
from the table scene's good with the turkey.
Yeah,
they're all just like silently ignoring each other. Yeah, that's good. Actually,
that was good. I reckon it's Shrek 1, Shrek 3, Shrek 2, Shrek the Halls. That's it.
And then you're not acknowledging Shrek 4 as a film.
What's that?
That's good. Yeah, good.
What about the Puss in Boots movie?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm not acknowledging
Never
that
should
as
have
a
been
spin-off.
made.
No.
Well,
what's yours?
I feel like I
you're
might have said this before, but I feel like Shrek was pretty early, and they may have jumped the gun a bit. But they were really trying to create the Shrek cinematic universe there for a minute. Like I reckon Marvel got their swag from Shrek.
Yeah,
because they had all the spin-off movies. It could have been a whole universe. The Shrek.
I would have preferred that over the Marvel films as a Shrek head, like killing it myself. What do you?
I would say that maybe Shrek 1 and Shrek 2 are at competition, just depending on my mood.
Yep.
Depending on okay, so what
You're
kind
such a connoisseur.
What kind of mood do you have to be? It's not a wine, by the way. It's not like you swish around a Shrek film like, Shrek 1.
Well, I guess if I'm with a bunch of people, we're hanging out, we're watching a movie.
You know what? You're also like, I bet you actually treat Shrek like wine. Like you could watch a VHS copy and be like, vintage. Love it.
Yeah, you watch it like how people listen to music on record.
Yeah.
You'd watch a Shrek
or you watch
VHS.
it on Blu-ray and you're like, it hasn't aged fine enough. You know, it's not too new.
Well, the Shrek 1, you kind of have, if you're going to watch it with a group, if you're going to watch any Shrek with a group, watch Shrek 1 because everyone knows every word to that. But Shrek 2 has so many hidden jokes that you need to watch it by yourself to pick up everything.
A new segment, Killing Shrek Tips, because these are great. I want to write these down. So
these are good.
So if you have friends over, Shrek 1.
Yeah.
If you're by yourself, Shrek 2 because there's more layers, like an onion and an ogre.
Good.
Shrek 3,
was a Shrek
put it on
reference.
in the background, do whatever. Watch it while you're cleaning your room.
Okay.
Shrek 4,
So Shrek 3 is like a podcast.
I hope after this comes out, we get a lot of like correspondence of people cleaning their rooms now with Shrek 3 in the background.
Well, that's
just people going
Who
like,
needs Jordan Peterson? Just watch Shrek 3.
Yeah, that's what I did the other week when packing for the move.
Were you
I
more
watched
productive?
Shrek 3. Yeah.
Or were you distracted because Shrek 3 is pretty good?
It is pretty good, yeah. But I did watch, my brother was drunk and we watched Shrek 1 together and I couldn't actually watch the movie because he was just talking the whole time.
He wasn't appreciating it.
Yeah, but I could still follow along and I knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah. Great.
So there's...
You ain't never seen a donkey fly. And then you're like, what's happening? Like, oh no, I've seen this before. Actually, on the second time round, every time I see that line, it's like, you ain't never seen a flying talking donkey or whatever. I'm just like, well, I have. I've seen this film before, donkey. So, you know, that joke really would have only hit in the cinemas on the premiere.
Donkey and Shrek, they never future-proof Shrek like we've future-proofed this emergency episode.
Yeah.
We've predicted what may happen. See, if Shrek 1 started with, I might have no arms by Shrek 2. Yeah. That would be good.
Now, this idea came up before.
No, I think we're done. That's enough Shrek chat.
Oh, no.
I know you're excited about it, but I think...
No, I also had another.
Okay, well, guys, I feel like we've done 20 minutes on Shrek, all right? I know you're all excited.
Just enough.
I know this episode is Shrektacular, but I think that's enough.
Shrektastic.
Yeah.
My idea was actually about stopping it and how we could channel this conversation in the future.
What was your idea about?
What was your idea about?
I have 2 Shrek facts.
Okay, well,
no, I want to hear them.
No, these are trivia, fun facts.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, if they're fun.
Yeah, as long as they're fun. You promise they're fun?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. Well, this isn't as much a fact as it is a
fun fact.
Anyway, so it says... It's
hang on. So you said it was going to be fun.
Okay.
You realized it was shit.
It is possible that...
Yeah, go.
It's possible...
Woo! This is sick. This is a lot of fun, this fact. And we keep going.
I can't talk because I'm laughing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. It's possible that Shrek simply made up his name to Donkey when Donkey asked what his name is because it took him a few seconds.
That's not a fact. That's like a fan
speculation.
theory. That's just
that
a
wasn't
fan
fun
theory.
at all.
Okay, I thought
Read that again.
The reason
read it again.
I'll read it properly.
No, read it again.
No,
word for word.
Yeah.
Okay. It is possible. Possible Shrek simply made his name up as Donkey asked him what his name is.
This isn't fun at all.
As it took Shrek a few seconds to answer.
Yeah, I get it. And looking back at that scene now, I think it's just because he was confused as to why he's
donkey was
talking to a donkey. I think that would take anyone a few seconds.
Do you have another fun fact?
Okay.
Is this next one actually a fact?
Yeah, all the Shrek films together in total have made a total of $655 million.
That's not even including merch or the revenue made from Shrek
Now,
Fest.
that is a fun fact.
That's fun. Woohoo. All right. Can we move on?
Yeah, one more thing. In future, because clearly I think, and people will be enjoying this. Trust me, you're hating it, but people will.
I'm not hating it. I'm just saying we might be there is such a thing
We
as
have
too
hit
much Shrek.
Yeah,
there is. 4 Shreks, too much.
We've
too much Shrek.
We've hit our Shrimmet, which is our Shrek limit. And in the future, and we talked about this before the podcast, kind of as a joke, but I think it could be fun. Let's do Shrek Hour again. So we did one on the radio show before, the second Shrek Hour, but it's like pay-per-view, you know? it's like online.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So we will do another Shrek Hour.
We'll do the Shrek cast.
Yeah.
But
it's pay-per-view to raise funds for Shrek Fest.
Yeah.
Which we'll go to in 2020?
2021.
2021?
Yeah, I think next year's 2020.
Okay.
We're not, 2021. We're probably busy. 2021.
Okay. Yeah. So,
eventually we'll do a Shrek cast.
A whole Shrek cast for we'll work out, you know what? Next podcast, we'll work out how much we charge.
Next emergency podcast. Oh,
well, no, because that'll come out 2070. We'll be close to death.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Emergency interruption to the emergency episode. We have to do a Nobby ad.
We do.
That's right. So, guys, this emergency episode is sponsored by Nobby Underwear.
Now, before we do the emergency Nobby plug, some would argue that if we have time to do an emergency Nobby plug, we could have had time to do an extra episode.
No, we're recording this on, what day is it?
Monday.
No, it's Tuesday.
Oh.
It's, what's wrong with you today? So you can't speak English anymore.
I don't sleep anymore.
You tricked me. You were like, hey, let's start a podcast together. And I went, yeah, all right. And then you went, bloody idiot doesn't know I can't speak English. Are you sleeping?
I don't know. I think I'm like turning into just like a small Japanese man. Can't speak a lot of English. You know, I'm just like...
Just sells underwear.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about this is, we can't say it, but right now you and I know whose fault it is.
Yes.
So throughout the episode, obviously we've been debating about whose fault it is. And now, when did we record that? Months ago.
Yeah, about a month ago.
About a month ago. We know whose fault it is, but we can't reveal it in the emergency episode because that would ruin the fun.
It's one of our faults, though.
It's
not
one
Keelan's
of our faults.
fault.
Yep. The answer may surprise you.
Yeah, Keelan's looking at us confused. It's one of our fault as to why we're not here and why this is an emergency episode.
It is very confusing.
Yeah.
Because, it's one of our fault that one of us will not be here in the whatever.
I'm going to try
Not be
I
underwear.
know I'm not...
Are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
Yep.
I'm probably not the best person for this job, but...
When has that ever stopped you?
I am, exactly. I'm going to try and explain what's happening.
Okay.
In really quickly.
Yep.
The episode that we just interrupted that you're currently listening to or watching is we've recorded a month ago. It's an emergency episode. We've had in the bank for a while. We have time traveled a month, right? This is Luke and Lewis a month in the future, but also still a week in the past.
Oh, yeah. So
this is very confusing.
We're in the future, in the past, and we know the answer to the question we keep asking.
Beep that out. Okay, we just had to cut a thing out. What happened was
we accidentally revealed who missed it. We'll have to edit that out.
What happened was
Keelan
one of
doesn't
us
understand this.
had an
Jeez, you would hate Back to the Future. This doesn't make any sense.
Have you seen Inception? You just would have been so lost the whole time.
Even Avengers Endgame, you would have been a bit lost. I thought they killed Thanos.
Okay, this is what's happened.
Yeah. I don't think you guys are making sense.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So
no, we are. You don't get it.
So
okay.
We can't even speak English, and I understand what he's saying.
Exactly. One of us has realised we've had an unavoidable thing come up for Tuesday's episode.
Yeah.
And so we've gone, let's drop in the emergency episode. I can't get out of this.
So a week from now, one of us won't be here.
So we've recorded this a week in the past, going like, next week I'm going to have to miss this.
Hang on. When we're recording this, a week from now, which is for you today, but for us next week, but for when we recorded the emergency episode, a month in the future.
Konnichiwa. Isn't that Japanese?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I almost said ni hao, but that's Chinese. Lewis, Nobby.com. The reason why we interrupted the podcast.
Why would anyone trust us? Like, all these guys don't know what they're saying. They think they're from the future and the past. Why would I trust their opinion on underwear? Because doesn't matter what period of time you're in, nobby.com.au will get you the best comfort, fit underwear. It's good.
That's true. They've been killing it for years.
And you'll definitely get it in the future, not in the past.
They've been killing it for years, and their business will be killing it in years to come. So it doesn't matter when you listen to this. Nobby.com.au is the underwear brand. Just $20. Right, hopefully,
a month?
In years to come, maybe inflation has raised that price, but not now.
So now's the perfect
in
time
the
to
present,
sign up.
Which is when you guys are hearing this.
Yeah, for us, the future.
$20.
You're in the future, but for you, it's the present.
Shut up.
Or also, if you're listening to this next year, it's actually the past. So here's the thing: if right now for us it's the present,
everyone's brains.
for us
Keelan's
it's the
lost
present. For
interest.
you, it's the past. But we're talking about the future, which will be your present, unless you're listening to it in the future, which it'll be your past. If you're listening to it in the past, you actually have a time machine.
Oh my God.
Buy Nobby underwear at nobby.com.au.
Flexible subscription. Experience the power of the pants, guys. You know the drill. Go to the Undy Club today. Turn that alarm off. They're paying for this advertising, and you're playing an alarm.
I just think it's an emergency. You need underwear right
Oh yeah.
now.
If you shit yourself, get a new pair of underwear.
All right, can we go back to the...
Call 000.
Let's go back to the past, in the future, and the present. See you later.
Call 000. Nobby.com.au. Finish you up. Next bit of feedback off the email.
Gingerbread Man.
This is our last one.
Undervalued character.
Last email that came in. These are the 4 ones I chose. Anyway, in the event, this one's unknown. The person didn't really have a name in the email.
Okay.
Just like a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
In the event of which
Should
either
have made it up, called itself Shrek.
Oh, Shrek's emailed us in at lukeandlewis5 at gmail.com/swamp. In the event in which either Luke and or Lewis aren't available, just play both of your solo podcast episodes simultaneously or replace Luke with Memoirs of a White Guy and Lewis's part with Spearhead Sundays.
So for a whole hour,
Yeah.
you would respond to me talking to myself, pre-recorded, like a Spearhead Sundays podcast.
Oh.
That's what they mean. So we play. So if you're not here, we listen to Memoirs of a White Guy
you
with
just
the
react to
addition
it.
of me. But you won't be acknowledging me at all.
No.
Laughing at your own jokes. I'll say, what about this? You'll ignore it.
Yeah.
I bet that'll be so shit.
Well, we did load up. Did you load them up?
Yeah, I did.
So we thought, the first idea was play them both at the same time.
Yes.
And we thought, just to kind of demonstrate of actually how bad that idea is and how bad that would be, we have loaded up the first 20 seconds of an episode of my personal podcast, Memoirs of a White Guy, Lewis's personal podcast, Spearhead Sundays.
Yep.
Just the first 20 seconds of we picked 2 random episodes.
Yep. Just to see if they would mesh, see if we could get it. We haven't listened to this, but...
So I guess we just hit play at the same time?
No, they're both in the same clip.
Okay.
So
you've already mixed them?
Yeah, I've mixed them. I haven't listened to it, though.
Okay, this is how it
So
would
I hope
sound.
I've done it right, but this is how it would sound. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and... welcome to episode 169 of the Spearhead Sundays podcast. Can't wait for episode 420 because that's the only time that the episode number is going to be funny again.
That's what a good
no, we'll still have
podcast would do.
269.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and
welcome
then
to
369.
This sucks.
Not good. Not good. So it's me.
So that was you yelling about 69 being a lol and me talking about having a donut in my mouth.
Yeah. So I think I like the suggestion. Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Not a good idea.
But we tried it. We thought
Yeah.
we'd give it a go. It's not for us.
We did try something else though.
Well, yeah, this got us
as
thinking.
a backup.
We thought, okay, we assumed this wouldn't work. We went and
Yeah.
going, I don't think this will sound good. We'll probably be talking over each other a lot.
Yeah.
But it did get us thinking, what would it sound like
If
we both tried to have a conversation with each other in separate rooms? So we just tried to have a conversation. So Lewis just recorded himself having a conversation with me separately.
Yeah.
I recorded myself having a conversation with Lewis separately.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if they link up at all.
Neither of us knew what the other person was saying,
No.
asking, doing. So it's 20 seconds of conversations recorded separately combined
Yep.
to see how it would sound. So here is what that would sound like. Hey Luke, mate, how's
Hey,
the
how you
anal
going?
hemorrhoid going? Pretty good.
Yep.
Heard you're in a lot of pain.
Oh, no. You serious?
Yeah. That
That's
sounds
crazy,
rough, man.
dude. No
Well, I
way.
hope you can poo soon.
Well, anyway, I was
Yeah.
wondering, someone told me recently that I
It's
look like
funny
a
you bring that
rejected
up. That's
Jonas
something
brother.
that I'm
Do you agree
very
with that?
passionate about, actually. Yeah.
I
One of my
personally thought it was
biggest
pretty
hobbies
uncalled
is
for,
that.
but anyway. Anyway, I'll see you later then. Good chat.
The first half of that
was
worked.
weirdly good.
First half
I
of that
thought that was
going to
be a massive fail.
The first half,
Hey,
let's
Luke,
do it.
mate, how's
Hey,
the
how you
anal
going?
hemorrhoid
How's your
going?
anal hemorrhoids?
Heard you're in a lot of pain.
Oh, no. You serious?
Yeah.
That
sounds
was crazy,
rough,
dude.
man.
I swear to God we didn't plan it. Now it actually sounds like we planned it.
Pretty good. The second half was
I
awful.
can't believe that. Yeah, because you talked over me.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
I was trying
I actually didn't know what you were saying. Just recorded separately.
Yeah, right.
But my bad. A bit rude of me.
Your excuse. That's good.
That was good.
Great.
So, maybe next emergency episode, we'll just do it the whole thing separately, different rooms.
Great.
Actually, we definitely won't do that.
No, we won't do that.
'Cause
This
that'd
is
be
probably
horrible.
better.
But I tell you what we should do is, because we do like the sound of that combining podcast idea, we'll combine 2 recent episodes of Memoirs of White Guys Beard Sundays, split the vision in half, and upload the whole hour worth to the highlights channel for watch time. So we'll just see.
Well, so
'cause
the
there
audio's overlapping.
Yeah, the audio's overlapping, the visuals are cropped so that you can see both of us. And I feel like at points it might sound like we're talking to each other.
If anyone watches that, I'll be surprised.
I think a lot of people watch. This is the 20 minutes of Shrek chat. I reckon this will be like a bit of an up peak.
Yeah. All right, that's good. Well, thank you very much for your emergency episode suggestions. How long have we been going for?
We're pretty good. Pretty good length.
Should we end it, or should we have a couple more on the Instagram?
We have a couple good ones.
Yep.
So someone sent in, where does tomato sauce belong? The fridge or the cupboard?
The age-old debate.
Pantry, sorry.
Hang on.
I have the most controversial answer.
Before we say this,
Yeah.
This show has been known for dividing a nation in the past.
Mhm.
Jats v Savoys. It's the Bicky War that still hasn't ended.
Still raging.
By the way, there's someone. Did you see the email the other day of the person hating us for calling them Bickies?
Yeah.
Why?
He said, "For the God's sake, they're crackers. Stop calling them Bickies."
Clicks are crackers.
Yes,
Yep.
I would say
Click-
it's a
my
grey
mum
area.
called them bickies. Clicks bickies. That's what we
Yeah,
used to
I
call
would
them.
say it's a grey area, and you could call them both.
Yeah, I'd say neutral ground, both.
But anyway, we are known for dividing a nation on the show. We've split the country down the middle. Jats Savoys.
Biscuits. Luke wants to keep the races separate.
Well, that joke
Is that
will
a
be,
secret?
I think that joke's already illegal now. Definitely will be illegal when this is coming out now.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we go into this? So tomato sauce, fridge or cupboard? I know that people are very opinionated on this, and if we spark it up, I don't even know if we agree. What do you think?
You say yours, and then I'll say mine.
Cupboard.
Bin.
Okay.
I don't like tomato sauce.
Right, Keelan?
But if I was to have it in my house, definitely
Fridge.
cupboard.
I'd say fridge.
Fridge.
How come?
Yeah.
Do you like cold sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
With
I don't
hot
mind
chips,
it.
It's like good. It's like a good, I guess.
Oh, so
contrast.
but I think that most people keep it in the fridge for a different reason. You like it in the fridge for a reason that makes sense. Temperature. You like cold sauce. I think most people keep it in the fridge because they think that's where you're supposed to put it, like health-wise.
It's always the age-old argument is like for the people who put in the fridge, they go, it says on the bottle that you should. It does say on the bottle to be refrigerated once opened.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't go off or anything in the cupboard.
It's like honey, never goes off.
I would eventually.
What do you guys
No,
think about
honey does.
butter?
Honey never goes
Butter?
off.
Definitely in the fridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No.
no, I agree with that, but
Butter
would melt.
in my household 50-50. So we put it in the fridge, and then when whoever uses it and then leaves it out so it softens, and then we put it in the fridge at night so it hardens, and that way you don't have like rock butter.
Yeah.
Fuck your toast up.
We started buying the
Very
soft butter
utilitarian.
because for a bit we were buying the hard butter.
Yeah.
And it's just
good.
too hard to butter bread with. It breaks the bread. So we started buying the soft butter.
Yeah.
You can buy softened butter now.
oh,
So
wow.
they've solved that. Yeah.
Ah.
Woolies already doing it. So are Coles.
Oh, shit, I wonder what they're doing with butter in 2030.
Yeah. Or 2050. That's
Who
crazy.
knows?
We won't even have butter. Butter might be illegal. It's probably offensive
True.
to the cows. Another one, bread. Fridge or cupboard?
Oh, bench. Doesn't go
Bench.
in the cupboard.
Bench.
Doesn't go on the
bench.
fridge.
Some people put it in the fridge.
You put it on the bench in the plastic.
We used to put it
Cupboard?
in the cub. Well, like, yeah. Or some people have like a
a thing.
thing in the
But
cupboard.
that goes on the bench.
Yeah, some people have it in the cupboard.
Am I weird? Bench bread? Is that
No,
strange?
that's not weird.
It's
I
not
don't think.
weird.
Hmm.
We used to
Peanut
have
butter.
bread in the cupboard, and now
Where do you put peanut butter?
no one puts peanut butter in the fridge.
Yeah.
What?
What?
You just sounds like your family just refrigerates everything. How many
Why is there no room in the fridge?
How many fridges do you have?
We have one, but
And what?
so,
It's just full of peanut butter, sauce, and bread.
No,
What's
no,
on the
not bread.
TV? I don't know. It's in the fridge.
I'm asking these because
Oh, Mum, I can't find my socks.
For
I'll
years
check
it's-
the fridge, Dal.
there's been years of debate in our house about where things go.
Yeah.
Our stepdad likes to put everything in the fridge.
Yeah.
And we like to put everything in the cupboard. So it was just...
Well, why don't you just put him in the fridge?
Yeah, if he likes fridges so much, why is he not in there? That's crazy. The last one was chocolate.
Fridge.
Oh, not in the fridge. Because it sucks when you eat cold chocolate.
No, I'm
It doesn't
definitely
melt.
chocolate in the fridge.
Really? But it
Yep.
doesn't melt when you eat it.
It does in summer, and then it re-hardens, and you get that white, like when chocolate melts
No,
and
I'm
then
talking
re-hardens and
about
it's shit.
when you take it out of the fridge and then put it in your mouth, it doesn't melt in your mouth properly because it's so cold.
Oh yeah,
and
but
then you don't taste it
I
properly.
like
I don't
some
like
chewy
warm
chocolate.
Really?
I like it. I like going.
Strange.
Yeah.
So you're the reason why some 7-Elevens have like a Mars bar in the fridge.
I'm not, I mean, yes, I'm the reason why the 7-Eleven franchise chose to put
That's
Mars bars
crazy.
in the
Did
fridge.
you email them or something?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you say in the email?
I sent it to BP, 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
Easy Mart, the whole lot.
and
I
you
was-
have that much influence over just
I
the
w-
convenience store
And I was
chain.
like, I will not have any of this. And I'm like, you're going to lose a customer. And they went,
Yeah.
oh, geez, Luke from Diamond City,
Yeah.
his opinion matters.
That's
and that's what
crazy.
most big corporations think
Yeah.
when you send them an angry email. It's worth your time doing. Keep doing it.
I mean, not us. We'll bin that.
Yeah.
We won't listen. But, you know,
Oh, yeah, don't do it to us.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, that's good. I think
I
we've
think that
really
about
pissed
does
off
it.
a lot of people.
I think that about does it
Towards
for
the
our
end of this
emergency
podcast.
episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And
Which one's the...
it's this one.
Ah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Emergency
I hope
Luke and
we're
Lewis
alive.
Show. I hope this isn't the final episode.
But if I'm dead, I would like this episode to be played at length at my funeral,
Right.
at the reception afterwards.
We'll put your body in Keelan's fridge.
Great. That would be preferred.
Right, so we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday or Thursday, depending on when this one comes out, or never if one of us is dead.
Yep.
That's something that we should probably say. If you die, do I continue Luke and Lewis
Yes.
in your memory?
Like how we just did it, you need to continue it with pre-recorded
Okay, so
conversations.
I go to all the way back to
Start of-
episode 1 of Memoirs of a White Guy,
Yeah.
and Luke and Lewis becomes me reacting to your podcast
Exactly.
until we run out of those episodes.
Yep.
What happens when we run out of those episodes?
Then you go through all my content,
all your videos,
my videos,
just everything.
stuff, yeah, and you continue our legacy. I'd appreciate that.
Okay, great.
And what happens if you die?
I want you to just have a cardboard cutout of me.
Yep.
And I want you to find the best voice impressionist you can find
Of you.
to do my voice.
Yep.
And every week you pay him to come up with like an hour's worth of conversation about something unique to me. So
Yep.
like shoes, Warhammer, school
yep.
shooter jokes,
Yep.
all that.
Yep.
And then you just pretend that I'm not dead.
Great.
In fact, that's
Okay.
what I want everyone to do. If I die, like in an accident or something, I want everyone to pretend I'm still alive. I've
Like-
said this so many times online.
What do you mean?
So like, so if I die, say if I get hit by a train, I don't want a single rest in peace post. I want everyone to be like, man, I just watched Lewis's new video. It's so funny.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
Like,
I just
oh.
got tickets to Lewis's show in September. Amazing.
There'll be no shows on sale.
Doesn't matter.
Oh no! But so you want our management to keep selling shows? Like,
Yep.
But
I want
what happens?
everyone to pretend that I'm still
people
alive.
rock up to the shows, no one's on stage. They're just like,
Everyone pretends.
this is great.
Absolutely. I want the news to be the only people reporting my death. And everyone else going, no, like in the comments going, he didn't die. I saw him last
And
week
then
at the
it's-
Comics Lounge. He was amazing.
It's gonna make them really doubt themselves.
yeah, that's what I want.
That's great.
I want Tupac, like a legacy of him. Like he's
Yeah.
still alive on an island.
Yeah, people are gonna like see like tall like guys 6'8" walking down the street. Like I saw him, man.
Like even
Like a
even if you
Bigfoot
see
sighting.
my mum crying in the street because she's lost her son, be
Yeah.
like, what are you so sad about? I saw him at the Comics Lounge last week. He was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, they wouldn't say that. They'd be like, oh, he was
Hey!
adequate. I think he was doing
That's
some new
the
stuff.
end of the
All right?
podcast. We'll see you guys on Tuesday or Thursday or never if one of us has died.
And get tickets to whatever we're currently selling.
Could be my show, could be Luke's show.
My special might be out by this time. Go get that.
Buy
if it is.
something. See ya. Yeah. Shout out to Nobbies. Fuck Chicken Imp. Spend $50 on a pair of underwear. Now you and me know that's just unfair. Used to be broke till I switched my brand. Got so much cash I could buy some land. Fuck getting ripped by Calvin Klein. I'd rather do a shit than